Unit 126. Reported statements. Превръщане на разказни изречения в непряка реч. When we quote someone's words, we usually repeat them after the verb to say, followed by a comma and quotation marks. Когато цитираме нечии думи, ние ги повтаряме след глагола to say, като поставяме запетаи и кавички. Mary said, I'm keen on playing chess. When we report someone's words, we usually introduce them after reporting verb in the past tense, like told, said, asked, ordered, etc. Когато преразказваме нечии думи, ние ги въвеждаме след глагол, който обикновено е в минало време. Mary said that she was keen on playing chess. If the reported sentence is declarative, it is introduced by that, which can be omitted. Преразказаното изречение се въвежда с that, но не е задължително, може да бъде изпуснато. Okay, Mary said she was keen on playing chess, or Mary said that she was keen on playing chess. When we report someone's words said in the past, we usually change the tense in the reported sentence as follows. Когато преразказваме нечии думи, казани в миналото, трябва да спазваме правилото за съгласуване на времената, т.е. има промяна в глаголното време. Внимание тук. When we report someone's words said in the past. Okay. Така, когато преразказваме нечии думи, казани в миналото, трябва да спазваме правилото за съгласуването на времената, т.е. има промяна на глаголното време. Тази промяна е следната. Отваряме една скоба и казваме, че използваме тази промяна на времената при условие, че това, което е казано в миналото, по никакъв начин не касае ситуацията ни сега в момента. Okay, let's see. Direct speech. Okay. I talk. Present simple. Indirect speech. I talked. We use the past simple. If we have the present continuous, I am talking. Okay. Indirect speech. I was talking. The past continuous. If we have the present perfect, I have talked. Indirect speech. Okay, indirect speech, we have the past perfect. I had talked. Okay. A few more. If I have the present perfect continuous, I've been talking. Okay, indirect speech or reported speech, we have it like past perfect continuous. I had been talking. Okay. So, I have been talking, it goes into I had been talking. Okay, future simple. I will talk. Future simple in the past, when we have reported speech. I would talk. Future continuous, I'll be talking. Future continuous in the past, I would be talking. When we have past simple, okay, and it is in direct speech, in reported speech, we have the past perfect tense, I had talked. When we have the past continuous, I was talking. In direct speech, in reported speech, we have it like past perfect continuous, I had been talking. Okay. And the last tense is past perfect. Okay, it doesn't change. In reported speech, we have the past perfect again. I had talked, I had talked. And once again, the past perfect continuous, I had been talking, is once again the same in reported speech, I had been talking. Така, това, което прави впечатление, че имаме минаване едно време назад. Ако нещо е казано в сегашно време. Okay. I go to work every day. Okay. and it was said in the past, okay? He said that he went to work every day. Okay? If I say, I am listening to you. Yesterday he told me that he was listening to me. Yes? Във втория случай имаме глагола съм е активен, съответно той ще приеме минало време. Am става was, is става was, are става were. Okay? So, a bit more. Още малко по отношение на наречия за място и време. Okay. Now, here. Okay? In reported statement, okay, we have it like there. It goes into there, okay? It changes into there. So, now, then, today, that day, next week, the following week, tomorrow, the next day, ago, before, last year, the year before, the previous year, last night, the night before, okay, and a few more, yesterday, the day before, this changes into that, and these, those. Okay, those were the grammar rules. Now let's go. Now we have dialogue. Okay, let's see. Who's the postcard from, Gary? Megan. She wrote that she was staying with friends in Australia. How interesting. I didn't know she was so far away. When did she leave for Australia? She wrote that she had left for Sydney at the end of January. How long is she staying there? I met her before she left, and she said that she wanted to stay there at least 1 month because she wanted to visit many interesting places. What else did she tell you? Well, she told me that she hoped she would visit Sydney Opera House, Harbour Bridge, some famous restaurants and cabarets, the Sydney Tower, where she dreamed to experience the most adventurous Sydney skywalk on the roof of the tower, 260 meters above the city. She said she also had planned to take photos of the Chinese Garden of Friendship and the Royal Botanic Gardens. All that sounds really exciting. Did I ask her if her journey was expensive? No, I didn't. But she told me that she had been saving money for a couple of years to be able to afford it. So it must be rather expensive. Of course it is. I wish I could go on such a trip, but I can't even dream of it for the time being. The mortgage for the house, the education of the twins. Who knows? Maybe someday I will be telling somebody else about your trip somewhere in the world. Now, let's look at the sentences which are reported speech. So, she wrote that she was staying with friends in Australia. Okay. Така. Нека да погледнем това изречение. She wrote that she was staying with friends in Australia. Какво е казано в пряка реч? Okay. I am staying with friends in Australia. Right now. Okay. She is there. She is writing a letter. And she is writing that she is staying with friends in Australia. Okay. But when I read it, well, it's maybe a week later. And I shall say, she wrote that she was staying with friends in Australia. Okay, още веднъж имаме преминаване едно време назад. Okay, I am staying with friends in Australia. Това е, което е казано в пряка реч, т.е. преминаването в непряка. She wrote that she was staying with friends in Australia. So, here is the other sentence. She wrote that she had left for Sydney at the end of January. Okay, she wrote that she had left for Sydney at the end of January. Okay. Това, което е казано в пряка реч. I left for Sydney at the end of January. Okay. Here we have the past simple tense. I left. Преминаване в минало перфектно. She had left for Sydney. Okay. So the next sentence is here. Okay. She said that she wanted to stay there at least 1 month because she wanted to visit many interesting places. Okay, once again. I want to stay there at least 1 month because I want to visit many places of interest, many interesting places. Okay. And the last one, the next one I mean. So she told me that she hoped she would visit, Sydney Opera House and so on. So what is said there? I hope I will visit Sydney Opera House, Harbour Bridge and so on. Okay. And the next sentence is, следващото изречение, което имаме, she said she also had planned to make photos. Okay. This is something that happened in the past. Това е нещо, което се е случило в миналото, преди нейното заминаване. Те се виждат и разговарят за това. И тя казва, I have planned to take photos of and so on. So she told me that, she said that she had planned to take photos. Още веднъж обърнете внимание в direct speech, това, което имаме, I have planned, the present perfect tense. Yes? And in reported speech, we have it, the past perfect. She said she also had planned to take photos. And the last sentence that we have, последното изречение, което имаме тук, she told me that she had been saving money for a couple of years. Okay? Това, което е казано в пряка реч, тогава в миналото. I have been saving money for a couple of years. Yes, to be able to afford it. Така, разказвайки това нещо, от позицията на времето вече, she told me that she had been saving. Имаме преминаване от перфектно продължително сегашно в перфектно продължително минало време. Okay, that's it. Now, we have another letter. So let's read. I'm fine. I stopped in London for a few days. I spent in Edinburgh a couple of days and hitchhiked on my way to Manchester. I took part in the Edinburgh gathering, then I watched a great football match in Manchester. Now I'm going to take part in a conference on analytical chemistry. I have already sent my report. Actually, I sent it last week, but I haven't sent my application form yet. I will send it by the end of the week. My report will be discussed on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I'm leaving Great Britain. My stay here will soon be over. Now, we said that this is a letter, but let's have it like something that a friend of mine told me last week. Така, казахме, че това е писмо, но нека да го приемем като нещо, което мой приятел ми е казал миналата седмица. Срещнали сме се, разговаряли сме и това е, което той ми е казал миналата седмица. Okay? So, okay. Well, last week I met a friend of mine and he told me that he was fine. Yes, he had stopped in London for a few days and had spent in Edinburgh a couple of days. He said that he had hitchhiked on his way to Manchester. He had taken part in the Edinburgh gathering, and he told me that he had watched a great football match in Manchester. Okay, he told me that he was going to take part in a conference on analytical chemistry, but he hadn't sent his he had already sent his report. Okay, in fact, he had done so the previous week. So, but he told me that he hadn't sent his application form yet, and he would send it by the end of that week. Okay, and also something important that he said was that his report would be discussed on Tuesday, the next Tuesday. And on Wednesday he was leaving Great Britain. His stay there would soon be over. Okay? Исках да го направим по този начин, защото ако аз съм получил сега едно писмо и аз ви предавам тази информация, смея да кажа, че в много голяма част от това, което имаме, ние ще можем да запазим някои от граматичните времена. Аз ви предавам една информация, която е актуална сега. Тоест, нека да кажем така. Преди малко казахме, че преминаването едно време назад по тези граматични правила, които имаме, ще касае нещо изцяло завършено в миналото. Сега, също, в този контекст, моята среща с моят приятел миналата седмица, нашият разговор описва някакви неща към момента тогава. При условие, че аз говоря за тази среща, всичко се отнася към момента тогава. И начинът по който го разказахме, звучи изключително добре. Но, ако нещо е казано и то касае момента сега или занапред, аз ще мога да запазя граматичните времена. Какво означава това? Ако някой влезе и каже, той е отвън и чака. В момента един човек е отвън, той е казал, че е отвън и чака в момента. Той все още чака. И това е изключително важно сега. В този смисъл, това, което ние ще кажем, the man outside said that he's waiting. Окей? Тази информация е актуална към момента сега. Още един такъв пример. Ако сме на гарата и трябва да отида и да попитам, кога пристига влака? Окей? What can we say? When does the train arrive? Okay? And the lady there, okay, says that, well, the train arrives at 5 o'clock. Okay, I come back to you and you ask me, what did the lady say? Връщам се при вас и вие ме питате, какво каза жената? I shall say, the lady said that the train arrives at 5. Okay? But we are there waiting for the train. Така, още веднъж. При нашата ситуация, ние сме на гарата и чакаме влака. Неговото идване предстои. Това е информация, която по някакъв начин е актуална сега. Но, ако нашият разговор по отношение или вашият въпрос към мене, какво е казала жената, се случва вече на следващия ден, нашето пътуване с влака е завършило. Okay? What shall we say? You can ask me like, what did the lady say? And I shall say, the lady said that the train arrived at 5. The lady said that the train arrived at 5. Okay? Or that the train would arrive at 5. Okay, that's it. Now here is our next exercise. Okay. Трябва да преминем в непряка реч. We have to start like she said, she, and so on. Трябва да започнем с she said, she и така нататък. Инструкции. Използвайте кратки, отрицателни форми didn't, hadn't, където е необходимо. Okay. There was a meeting once again last week. Okay. And what? She said, I work for a big publishing company. Reported speech. She said, she worked for a big publishing company, yes? Yes? She said she worked for a big publishing company. Number 2. I am their human resources manager. She said that she was their human resources manager. Okay, the human resources manager. Number 3. The company has opened an office in Vienna. She said the company had opened an office in Vienna. Okay. Okay. She said the company had opened an office in Vienna. Okay. So, 4. It's been very successful. She said it had been very successful. Okay. So, she said it had been very successful. 5. I've been chosen to work in the office there and to recruit Australian staff. Yes? She said she had been chosen to work in the office there. Okay. She had been chosen to work in the office there. Okay. And to recruit Australian staff. Okay. Austrian, sorry, yes. So, number 6, I'm leaving for Austria at the beginning of January. She said she was leaving for Austria at the beginning of January. Okay. Okay, at the beginning of January. So, at the beginning of January. Okay. Number 7. I'm studying German in the evenings. She said she was studying German in the evenings. Okay, she said she was studying German in the evenings. 8. I don't have much time to have fun. She said she didn't have time. Okay. She said she didn't have much time, yes? Okay, to have fun. Number 9. Okay. I haven't had dinner with friends for ages. She said she hadn't had dinner with friends for ages. Okay, that's it. And number 10, I hope my friends will send me emails and will visit me in Vienna. She said she hoped her friends would send her emails and would visit her in Vienna. So, she said she hoped her friends would send her emails and would visit her in Vienna. Okay, that's it. So our next exercise, once again, okay, we have to start using like he, said, he, and so on. Трябва да преминем в непряка реч, започвайки с he, said, he, and so on. Okay. He said, I was ill last week, and reported speech. He said he had been ill the previous week, yes? Number 2, I stayed at home. He said he had stayed at home. Okay, at home. We have past simple and it goes into past perfect. Okay, number 3. I still cough a lot, but I don't run temperature. Okay. He said he still coughed a lot, but he didn't run temperature. Okay. He said he still coughed a lot, but he didn't run temperature. Number 4. My colleagues phoned me every day. Okay. He said his colleagues had phoned him every day. Okay. His colleagues had phoned him every day. 5. I must take vitamins and eat only light food. Okay. What can we say here? He said he had to take vitamins and eat only light food. Okay, he said he had to. Okay. Vitamins and eat only light food. Yes. We have had to do something, okay? So 6. I'm not allowed to smoke. He said he wasn't allowed to smoke. Yes. Okay, to smoke. Number 7. I still can't go skiing or snowboarding because it's cold. He said he still couldn't go skiing or snowboarding because it was cold. Yes. He said he still couldn't go skiing or snowboarding because it was cold. And 8. I'll feel much better in a few days. He said he would feel much better in a few days. He would feel in a few days. Okay. He said he would feel much better in a few days. Okay. Number 9. I must wear warm clothes and boots. He said he had to. Okay. He said he had to wear warm clothes and boots. Number 10. I need a good long holiday. He said he needed a good long holiday. A good long holiday. Yes. So, that's it.